Hey lovelies, so in this part of the video I will be sharing with you guys 12 very important things that you need to know before you decide to become an au pair. And this involves before you get a family and after you. So please take note, and I hope that it will really be helpful for you as you venture into this journey of finding your host family. So number one, which is the most important, is safety. So safety is very crucial because when you go on these websites, you'll probably meet some scammers, and it is very possible there are scammers on Au Pair World, on Great Au Pair, on there are also agents that will scam you. So just be extra cautious. And one thing you need to look out for is, does this person want to video call, or only wants to chat you on email or on social networks? That is a red flag. Do they ask you to send some sort of money to start processing your visa or your application? Do not do that. If they start to be too friendly with you, like, oh, send me your WhatsApp number, oh, you look so pretty, yeah, I don't think your boss, like your future boss, would start commenting on your physical appearance. That would be such a red flag. So just keep off. And if you can report that profile to Au Pair World, they'll always get back to you via email and delete the profile. Please be sure to do a background check on your host families. I cannot stress on this enough. Like, literally, just stalk them. Check what they post on Facebook, check if they're on Instagram, try going through their photos and see the type of comments or posts that they make. At least you'll get an idea on the kind of people that you're going to live with. Do ask if they've had an au pair before, so that you know at least that they've been exposed to having somebody else live with them, so they will not be all green to having a total stranger living in their house. If they've had previous au pairs before, don't be afraid to ask for their numbers or their contacts, so that you can just talk to them and try and ask them what the experience was with this host family. And it's also good to have somebody, like somebody who is about your age. It's easier to talk to them, and just, I know, like, they'll be honest with you, especially if they don't live with the host anymore. So if there's something that they did or something that they do, or if the kids are not easy, chances are the au pair will let you know this and not the host family. So it kind of prepares you on what to expect when you move in with them. Another important point is make sure to ask your host if the kids want to have an au pair. Sorry guys, if you hear somebody chatty, that's my son is down here playing. Sometimes it's the parents that want to have an au pair, but the kids are not very welcoming to the idea. So in this type of situations, you'll find that once you arrive there, maybe you'll get a lot of attitude from the kids, and like they were probably not prepared to have a new face in their house. And so it kind of makes things a little bit difficult, especially for you. I always feel like it's good for host families to prepare their children, or in preparation to having this young person joining the family, and like that it makes the transitioning easy for everybody. So that is something that I wish I would have asked before I decided to join my host family, during the first time. Next is feel free, feel open to ask your host families to show you your bedroom. You will be spending your free time, your night times in a particular room in their house. So if they tell you have your room, do ask them to give you a small tour of how your room looks like. Ask them if you'll be having your own bathroom and toilet, or you will be sharing with the kids, or with the whole family. It is very important. If you don't do this, you might be surprised getting there and your room is literally a tiny cubicle and you have no toilet. You have to share a small bathroom with 3 kids or even more with the family. And yeah, I know. Do ask, guys. Days off are very important for somebody who's living in his or her workplace. So as you know, as an au pair, you're living with the family. That is your workplace and that is your home as well. So it's important to have and to know when and how many days in a week you have as your off days. As I mentioned in the previous part of the video, you are entitled to 1.5 days or 2 days depending on how generous your family is. During these off days, you can go and meet your friends or just hang out by yourself. And I cannot stress enough, please, when it's your off day, please try and make it a habit of going out and meet people. If you don't know people yet, you haven't met any new friends, just go out, take a walk. It's good for you, it's good for the family as well. If you're constantly in your room, it can create some misunderstanding with your host. Sometimes some host families, not all, let me just clear that, when they see you that you're always in your room just chilling, and they take advantage of that and they start asking you, to put in more hours, and then they don't pay you. So just get out, go for a walk, go into the city, explore by yourself. This leads me to the next point. Sometimes you just want to sit in your room and chill, after a long week of kids screaming, cleaning the house, cooking. You just want to chill. Like, you cannot be going out every day on your off days. Sometimes it's good just to relax, watch some Netflix, and have some takeout. When some families see this, they kind of take it as an opportunity to ask favors from you. But when they ask for these favors during your off time, some will be kind enough to pay you for extra hours that you put in, but some just assume that since you're like a member of the family, you can just help out whenever they want you, but that is not it. So do talk to them and just sit them down if you're not comfortable with whatever they're doing, and ask them if they can pay you extra. You can always come to an agreement. Either they pay you for the extra hours you put in terms of money, or they compensate you with an off day. Whichever it is that you like, just let them know. And if they're not happy with your request, then that is not the right family for you. You also need to ask in advance if you will be responsible in meal preparations. So some families prefer that the au pair makes their meals every single day. But some prepare doing it by themselves. This would be something that would be good to know just in advance before you move there, so that maybe they can get you some recipes to help you, making meals, especially their meals, because you're new to the country. You probably haven't made their type of foods before. Also to give you an outlook of how many meals in a day or in a week that you will be making. Moving to the next point is flexibility. A lot of families are always looking for an au pair who is flexible and who doesn't mind moving her hours around or putting in more hours. But keep in mind, some people take advantage of this, so they only want to play it one way. So the au pair needs to be flexible, but what about you, the host family? Like, if you're gonna ask me to work on a Saturday, which is my off day, are you flexible enough to pay me for the extra hours? Or are you flexible enough to give me Monday off because I worked on Saturday? So flexibility goes both ways. Just don't let them take advantage of you just because you're living in their house. You are not there to be taken advantage of, because you have a contract that you both signed, and that ties you to what you signed. So if they're asking too much from you, or you're not happy with what they are asking, go back and refer to your contract, and you can always tell them if they're not flexible enough to make changes that favors both parties, then maybe it's better you just stick to what's on the contract. Ask your hosts about where they live, if it's a big city or a small town or a village, and what's there, things that you can explore, or if you can move around easily. It is very important for an au pair to be in a place where they can move easily. Do they have buses that run throughout the day or night? Ask for their address as well, so that you can check on Google Maps where their location is, because some families do lie about this just so that, you know, it doesn't break the deal for them. Ask if there are other au pairs around their area, and this will really help you, especially if you are new in the country, you don't have any friends. I think it's very easy making friends with, you know, au pairs, and find them, talk to them, and let them, you know, just introduce you to other people, show you around, and it will actually help you not be too homesick, because if you don't have friends, you don't know anybody in the area, chances are you're really going to be homesick all the time, because you don't have people to talk to, you don't have people to show you around, you're constantly by yourself. And yeah, please, so find those au pairs, and also find au pair groups. I think in every country it is possible to find au pair groups on Facebook. You can search au pairs in Denmark, au pairs in Copenhagen, au pairs in Belgium, in Brussels, in Austria, whichever country you're going to, whichever city you're going to. Be sure you will find those groups. Introduce yourself, let them know that you will be coming to that city, or you're already in that city. But I'd advise to you know, do this before you move there, so that you already have or know people or already joined a WhatsApp group, so that when you get there you can start meeting people immediately. So I hope I have covered all the important points, and you can get the information that you've been looking for. I wish you all the best in your search for host families. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me. You can leave the comments down below, or just write me a message on Instagram, and I will get back to you. So good luck, stay safe, and see you soon in Europe.